Years ago, people would ask me, "Are you on blah blah blah? Tell me your screen name so I can add you." I would reply by saying, "I'm not on that or any of those things." And almost immediately, the other person would respond with, "What are you? Antisocial?" That I found to be a very difficult question to answer because it wasn't really a question. It was more of a statement, a remark, one that was dismissive and one that was intended to belittle me. And every time I was on the receiving end of it, it made me feel less than human. Years later, as life went on, I found myself alone, a lot. And in that solitude, I recalled a saying that I heard when I was younger. And that saying was, "When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade." But the problem was, I didn't know how. And so I learned. I took the lemon, the label antisocial, and I made lemonade, or the antisocial media soundtrack. In no way am I advocating you use or don't use social media. I've made my decision on my own long ago. You make yours. But if you're like me and you don't use it, then I'd like to suggest to not let anyone lead you to believe that there's something wrong with you. But that's easier said than done. You have to not just believe it, you have to feel it, that your decision to not use it is the right decision for you. Otherwise, if you just live off of the words and affirmation of other people, then you will forever be nothing more than a second-hand human being. To anyone else who's tired of it, but has been convinced that there's no other way, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. That's not true. I am living, or maybe by the time you listen to this, dead, proof that not only can you live without it, but you can thrive and shine bright like a star even when nobody knows who you are. Finally, I'd like to mention that I'm not antisocial. I just don't care much for socializing. I realize that it is the most common way for human beings to communicate with one another, but I continue to find it to be extremely limiting, especially when it comes to expressing how I feel. And so I invite anyone who's listening to this, if you have not already done so, to embark on a journey that goes beyond socializing and social media.